I'm your man, Jay Muscle, here again for another session of Speak Ya Game. And yes, I'm coming down to the last team of our AFC North division. And if you ain't been watching, I've already went through the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's only one team left, and they had a little bit of changes in their personnel. Their defense really didn't do too well in the closing of the season. And they look to kind of bounce back. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you haven't been paying attention. I've been talking about the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens, going into this training camp, do believe they all 32 teams all have reported to camp by now. But last season, the Baltimore Ravens didn't do too hot. Didn't do too well. They finished the season last season 8-9. Like I said, the defense kind of broke down for them in the closing weeks of the season last season. So the Ravens decided they was going to get rid of Coach Harbaugh after 18 seasons, 12 Super Bowl appearances, 1 AFC Conference Championship, and 1 Super Bowl. They decided to go ahead and hire Jesse Minter, defensive coordinator from Los Angeles Chargers last season. Chargers defense was nothing to frown at. Top 5 in a lot of categories in total defense, pass defense, third down percentage. That's just a couple of them. The defense was serious for the Chargers. Coach Minter was also part of the defensive staff for the Ravens for 3 seasons between 2017 to 2022. So he knows the culture of the Ravens. So he's looking to bring back their culturized defense. We all know how the defense, Ravens defense, has been really great in the past years. It just this past season they just didn't do the job. So Coach Minter did go ahead and bring defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver. Weaver was defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins for the past 2 seasons. Weaver spent time also with the Ravens from 2021 to 2023 as the run game coordinator and defensive line coach. So both coaches are looking to improve the Ravens defense. But if you're really looking at it, can they get this defense back to as good as the offense? Let's just put it like that. Can they get the defense as well as the offense? Because the offense didn't do that bad last season. They didn't do great, but they didn't do that bad. Can they get this Ravens defense back to their tough defensive ways? That is the question I want to have for Ravens fans, NFL fans. Can Coach Minter and Coach Weaver get the Ravens back to their tough defensive ways? Is it possible? Is it possible for them to get back? I want to know what y'all comments are for that Ravens fans, NFL fans. And since I've been talking about the defense, let's just go ahead and talk about this Ravens defense. And like I said, last season, as far as offense, they were ranked pretty good. Ranked ninth in rushing, ranked ninth in rushing defense. We're talking about the defense here at 100 yards. That's pretty good in the league. Keep a team, you know what I'm saying? Keep a team to 100 yards. But that's about all that was good for the defense, defensive wise, as looking good. I'm just going to say, yeah, put it out there. Pass defense wasn't great. They was 29th. That's near the bottom with 247 yards. Actually, 247.8 yards. So they was damn near giving up 250 yards in passing. Total defense ranked 24th. While scoring defense ranked 18th, 21.4. So teams were scoring at least 23 points on them. In 2023, the defense, Ravens defense was ranked 6th in total defense and pass defense, and first in score defense with 16.5. They was about middle of the pack for rushing defense at 14th with 109. But that was also their winning year. The Ravens secondary, it was a bleeding issue. It was a bleeding issue for last season. While the front 8 handled their business, only allowing 100 yards in the front there. It's just, if you really look at it from last year with the Ravens and their defense, you would have to say it's their secondary on defense. Now, yes, the front 8 wasn't getting to the quarterback in time to give him some pressure to complete passes, but if you focus on it, it's the front 8. I mean, it's the secondary. It's the secondary that's got to get it together. Got to stop some receivers, knock down some passes, intercept some passes. So can the Ravens defense on secondary improve along with the front 8 doing their job? Ravens linebacker Raekwon Smith, he's going to have to show up. Strong safety Kyle Hamilton, he's going to have to show up. And when these two are on point, no teams can really work the field, work the middle of the field when they're on point. Whether you putting Hamilton in a different position, on the edge, slot cornerback, like he is like a Swiss Army knife. And then you got Malik Starks coming in his second year. Man, hey, this secondary is really, really going to have to get it together in order to get far into the playoffs and stop some of these receivers, because they're facing some really good receivers just in their division alone. Lamar, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman Jr. That's just naming a few that they got to face. So they got to shut it down. Manabuke had a neck injury. It was really serious, but he's been cleared to play for the defensive front line. So there is hope for this defense to do something spectacular. But like I said before, there's two sides to football. You got offense, you got defense. Respect will be made. For those who know that movie, we're going to get into the offense. because the offense did not show up last season. The Achilles heel for Ravens offense was their passing. They was 28th in the league last season, only averaging like 192 yards per game in passing. And hey, don't get me wrong, I am a Lamar Jackson fan. I like Lamar Jackson. This guy was an MVP twice. But it just seems like these past couple seasons, he's been kind of missing. Now, he did miss 4 games last season due to some injury, but it was only 4. What about the other 13 that was played? And now you got NFL experts on his head and everything, like, oh, Lamar Jackson's going to have to do something spectacular. Like as far as I can remember with Lamar Jackson being in the league, NFL experts have always been after him. Always been critiquing him. And I know that's part of their job, but they just do it a little bit more to Lamar Jackson. And it just makes me wonder why they're so critical on Lamar Jackson. Now, they did do the top 100, and Lamar Jackson fell from 67, 69. Now, it's only 2 spots, but we're talking about NFL MVP in 2023, Lamar Jackson. Even new coach Jesse Minter didn't like the actual rankings where Lamar was at. He was quoted in saying, there may not even be one other player in the league better than Lamar, let alone 68. That's strong. That's real strong. That's real strong to say. But yes, Lamar Jackson is a special player. That's big. That's big. So with that being said, Ravens fans, should Lamar Jackson be playing with a big-ass chip on his shoulder this coming season? Should he be playing to shut people up? And I'm going to go with yes. Play with a big chip on your shoulder, because when most quarterbacks, play with a chip on their shoulder, you see something amazing. I'd like to point out one quarterback that plays with a chip on his shoulder, Baker Mayfield, and we all seen what he can do. So that same amazingness that Lamar Jackson brings, now he has a chip on his shoulder. Now he has a new offense of coach. They did offensive coordinator, was it Declan Doyle? He was Chicago Bears offensive coordinator last season, and the Bears were one of the most productive offenses in the league. Coach Doyle looks to run a under center heavy play action passing attack scheme that could work well for Lamar Jackson, who likes to run and throw. But he also got Derrick Henry, who was somewhat of a monster last season. Over 1,500 yards, over 302 carries, 16 TDs. You would say he did his job. But you combine this with Coach Doyle, and if he can do what he did for the Chicago Bears last season, the Ravens is a problem. Players like Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, will be probably seeing the ball come out a little bit quicker than last season under Dole, which they should. It should be. It should be. So my next question for Ravens fans is, can the Ravens build their defense back to how it was in 2023 under this new coaching staff? Now, every coach comes in talking about what they're going to do and what they plan on doing, and then the injury bug might come in and hurt one of your star players or the scheme's just not working. You have to go back in mid-season and fix some shit. But they're looking to bring back the defense to be big time. They're looking for Derrick Henry to do exactly what he's been doing, running motherfuckers over. They look for Lamar Jackson to still be spectacular, but just with a little bit of extra. Just a little bit of extra. So, when I started this AFC North division, I was really thinking like, man, the Ravens might be in a bad spot. It might not be too good for the Baltimore Ravens this season. But as I looked into it, the Ravens will have some trouble in their division. Cincinnati Bengals, you're going to have to deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they'll probably catch them at least one game. I did say the Cleveland Browns would split between playing the Ravens and the Browns. And to be honest, the division is probably the most hardest part of the Ravens' schedule. If y'all haven't seen the Ravens' schedule, it's not easy by any means, but it's not too hard either. And as I looked into it, they have the 9th easiest schedule in the league. The 9th easiest. Schedule. Now we know after watching last season with the Patriots how an easy schedule can let you just slide on through. But it's going to be a dogfight. The Cincinnati Bengals for the Ravens. And they're going to struggle with that defense, Steeler defense. I'm going to say they're going to struggle with it. So ultimately, with the 9th easiest schedule in the league, the Ravens could finish 10-7. Yeah, 10-7. Possibly 11-6 if some things could go their way. I really looked at the Cincinnati Bengals and the Ravens I really look at them to hash it out for that top spot. And if I'm really going to go with it, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you my prediction preview of the AFC North. Because it's not clear cut, but it is going to be interesting. Now, the AFC North division, like I said, the Cincinnati Bengals are looking to make a really good run. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the reunion of Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, yes, that's going to be a big story. Everything that they do positively is going to be good. But I don't think it's going to get them very far in the division. Same thing with the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have a lot of issues they're going to have to hash out. Is Deshaun Watson going to play? Is Shedeur Sanders going to play? I mean, I get it. Deshaun Watson has had this big contract. He's only played 19 to 71 games, but also at the same time, you have a young Shedeur that needs the reps to improve. So if we do see Deshaun Watson under center, my opinion, it's really the franchise trying to get some of their money back and seeing what they could do. That's just my opinion. But as far as a division winner in the AFC North division of the NFL, I'm going to have to go with, and I know some of my Ravens associates, fans, is not going to like me saying this, but I'm really going to have to say the Cincinnati Bengals win the division. And the Ravens are going to be close. The Ravens are going to be close. And you might see the Ravens slide in there from a wild card position to go deep into the playoffs. The Browns, they'll do decent. The Steelers, they'll do all right. But the two teams that I'm going to really have my eye on as division winners in this division is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Because, I mean, both teams are going to be really high power under some Ravens under new coaching. Zach Taylor kind of in the hot seat to improve the Bengals. It's going to be serious. It's going to be serious in this AFC North. What are y'all's predictions as far as the AFC North division? Who's going to win and who's going to be at the bottom in the cellar? I want to know what y'all's thoughts are. Go ahead and hit me down at the comments at the bottom for this. But yes, we have got through the AFC North division, and it's on to another division. And I could go ahead and let y'all know what division I'm gonna do next. But what's the surprise in that? What's the surprise in that? So go ahead and catch me next time. You know what? I'll go ahead and throw an Easter egg out there for you. It's not going to be an AFC division that I'm going to cover. How about that? It's not going to be an AFC. It's definitely going to be an NFC I'm going to cover. Is it going to be the East? Is it going to be the West? North? South? Nobody knows. But in order to find out, subscribe here at Speak Your Game. And as soon as I go live with the NFC division, you'll know what division I'm going to be going with. But once again, my name is Jay Muscle. This is Speak Your Game. And I'm going to catch y'all next time. NFC division. We're going to cover it. Y'all be easy.